All right, welcome back, coders. Thank you for watching another video. In this video, I'm going to be covering Scanner class in Java. So the main purpose of the Scanner class is to accept user input that you can utilize in your program later on. So this makes it more interactive for you using your programs. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So the first thing you have to do is actually import the scanner class. And remember, when you're importing in Java, you want to import outside of the class. So import scanner class. So to do that, it's going to be import dot, or actually import java dot util dot scanner with a capital S. And that's going to be your scanner class, or importing it. The next thing you need to do is actually create your scanner object. So create scanner object. And then for that, you would say scanner. Then you're going to name your scanner. So what are you going to name your scanner? For me, I would probably just do scan. And then say equals new scanner. And then put system.in. So system.in is basically saying the input from your system. So it's going to pass in the input from your system into the scanner object. So that is a simple scanner object called scan. Now, let's go ahead and test scanner object. All right. So first you want to tell your user what to enter. So tell user what to enter. So I'll do that. So we'll say system.out.println, and then we're going to say enter the day of the week. All right, so now we have that. The next thing you can do is then pretty much create a variable to hold user input. And when you're working with scanner, the input is automatically a string. So everything you put into your scanner is going to be a string, or any input you use is going to be a string. So keep that in mind. So we're going to do string, and we're going to say week, day. It's going to equal, and then we're going to call our scanner object. So scan.next. And in this case, I'm going to use line because that's going to grab the whole line that we enter. Then let's close that off. And then that's going to read our input. Read and store scanner input. Then all you have to do is use a print statement to print it out. So then we do system.out.println. The day of the week is plus, and we'll say weekday. All right, so let's go ahead and run. So here you see at the bottom it says enter the day of the week, right? So first I'm going to click after that, then I see my cursor appear, so we can say Monday. And then as soon as I say Monday, click enter to accept that input. And then there you see it says the day of the week is Monday. So that's how you would use the scanner. We created a scanner, we tested it out, we collected our data, and now from this point on, we can continue to use weekday to hold Monday. So Monday is now going to be stored as weekday. So anytime you want to use it, you can use it. So for example, here we could do system.out.println. We could say weekday is the start of the school week. All right, that's another example of that. So we can do that. Now, obviously, if the user puts in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it wouldn't work. But since I know I'm using Monday, then there you have it. It'll show you that I can continue to use that variable and it will continue to store the input from that object as long as the program is running. So how about if we're entering numbers? Entering numbers using scanner. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and use the scanner object. So I can use that one scanner object as many times as I want in my code. So in this example, I want to enter in numbers, right? So I'm going to do a print statement that's going to say, enter your first number. Then I'm going to say int n1 is equal to scan.nextInt. Okay, so that's going to take in an integer for us. Then I'm going to do that again for our second number. I'm going to say enter your second number. I'm going to say int n2 equals scan dot next int. That's going to collect our integer from our scanner. So that's going to allow us to use it or enter it. So now we're going to test it out. And here we're going to put some math operations. So we'll put system.out.print. We'll do addition of the numbers. We'll say plus. And then what you can do is go ahead and either one of two things, right? Before we do that, we could say int sum equals, we could put int2 minus int1, and then that will hold the sum. So then all we would have to do here is put sum, right? Another thing you could do is, let's try this. So could you do it directly in the actual print statement? So let's try that with subtraction. Difference of the numbers. So with this one, what I would do is this, parentheses, and let's try it out like, oh, I just noticed I put subtract there. So let's add that. And then now let's try this. So we'll do n2 minus n1. Okay. So now that has addition and the difference, and you can use that. So for one, I'm actually creating a variable to store the response. So let's go ahead and run that. So of course, before you get down to the bottom, your program reads line by line. So it's going to automatically add us to enter the day of the week every time we run it, because that's the first thing that shows up. So I click enter. Then it asks me to enter my first number. I'm going to put 12. And my second number, I'm going to put 14. And there you have it. It simply asked us for input, and then we used it to calculate using our math operations in our code. So overall, that's how you use the scanner. The scanner has the ability to use different methods. So just to show you that, if we do scan and dot, all of these are different things that you can do with your scanner, but typically what you're going to be working with is anything that starts with next. And if you see this list, here is the list of the next that you can use. So next double, next float, next int, next line, and it tells you what it's collecting. So this is a string. If you keep going, it's just going to show you everything that you can do, or has next, has long, etc. But generally, you want to stick with the scan.next and whatever the data type is that's being collected. And that's how you would be using the scanner object in Java. So hopefully that was a very easy tutorial. It's not too much to it. This is going to be very useful as you start to make more complex programs. And this is going to be something that you can pick up pretty easily the more you practice. So hopefully this was helpful. As always, continue to code, continue to practice. The more you practice, the better you get. And continue to just do your best, and eventually over time, everything will start to stick to your head. So until next time, continue to code, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.